This is your AP Government video on tactics used by interest groups. Interest groups, of course, get their power by how many members they have. So the more members they have, that's more people that they can tell about who and who not to vote for. It's also more people to solicit donations from. So various interest groups and their associated political action committees use all sorts of tactics to try to get you more involved with their particular issue. They also employ lobbyists. A lobbyist is literally a person employed by the interest group whose job it is to meet with legislators to try to get them to vote certain ways on bills. Now, a lobbyist could work directly for one of these organizations, or some lobbyists do this by contract, and they have various interest groups that they work for on a contract basis when a particular important law comes up. Now, lobbyists are basically like salespeople who work on behalf of their clients, trying to build up relationships with members of Congress. Lobbyists are very, very educated on their topic area and what they like and dislike about a law so that they can go and talk to members of Congress to try to get them or persuade them to see that particular law from their point of view. So they build up these relationships with office holders, but also other groups similar to their own, political party members and their staff, or other people that they believe could get to the decision holder, like the member of Congress. A lot of times lobbyists and interest groups use litigation. This is using the court system to sue somebody. And then hopefully you can keep getting the appeal all the way up to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court could use their power to overturn a law of some sort. Sometimes they also write amicus curiae briefs. Amicus briefs are briefs that are written and filed before the Supreme Court hears a major case. So anybody who has an opinion on that case is allowed to write an amicus brief, and all of the Supreme Court justices read these before they hear the case. So obviously people who like and don't like that particular law are going to give their legal arguments as to why the justices should make a change to that particular law through the case. A lot of times it is the actual interest group that drafts legislation. So they're the ones, or the lobbyists are the ones writing the law. And then they go out and use the relationships they have with members of the legislative branch or their staff to try to get them to advance that legislation by putting their name on it as an author and then kind of ushering it through the congressional process. Now, as far as campaign contributions go, the PAC, Political Action Committee portion of an interest group, is the wing of the interest group that's allowed to legally fundraise money and donate it directly to candidates or political parties. Remember, depending upon campaign finance laws, there are limits of how much a PAC can donate per candidate per election. And it's typically a larger amount than one particular individual could donate. So if an individual could donate, let's say, $2,900, a PAC might be allowed to donate something like $7,500 per candidate per election. So the NRA is a very powerful and large lobbying group. They can donate that particular amount of money to every candidate in every election in the whole country, federal, state, and local. Every candidate in the primary and in the general that they like or that they believe would support the policies they care about. Interest groups also endorse candidates. So they will literally tell you and the members of their interest group, these are the candidates that we believe support our issue and you should vote for them, or don't vote for these other people. It's one of the best things if you're using your interest groups to help you decide on who to vote for. If you have a couple of interests that you're really passionate about, if you're really interested in climate change as an example and you join the Sierra Club, they will help you by literally telling you which candidates really support the environmental laws that they care about. That can help you as a voter. They also do a lot of independent expenditure, which is advertising that's on television. It can also be on social media or in print, where they target unfriendly or opposition candidates. A lot of this advertising is negative because it's independent expenditure. They're not coordinating with the candidates they prefer. They are just using their money and resources to target and do negative ads to opposing candidates. Interest groups also organize protests, marches, boycotts of various products or corporations if they don't like them. And they also issue report cards to their members. So they'll say in the middle of a term, these are the candidates that we supported and they're getting an A, B, C, D, or F grade from us currently. And that will help you in the next election determine if you're still going to support those candidates or not. They also help citizens groups to write bills. So those also on the state and local level could be initiative referendums or recalls. And then they also mail you things. So they can mail you these candidate report cards. They can mail you advertisements either for or against candidates. And they can also mail you information. If you just want more information on the ACLU and what the ACLU does, or what types of cases that they're spending all their time and money on, you can find that not only on the website, but if you're a paying member of the group, then they'll probably send you more and more information. And that's one way to stay educated as a voter about topics that you care about. Remember, in our system, the people who represent us in the House and Senate are totally representing you based upon the location of your home. So it's all based on geography. If you want to be represented based on the topics you think are important, you have to join interest groups. And in some cases, the group of topics that you think are the most important might align with one of the two political parties, and you could join those as well. But if you want somebody to care about you based on interests, that's where political parties and PACs come in.